Hi. Here's what I want to talk about today. Now, a while back I did a video. It was called Tapes. And what tapes is, and I had such a huge problem with this. I call it tapes, that's my own terminology, is that I would wake up in the morning and I would start thinking about the narcissist. And I would worry about how are they going to attack me again. Now, this is in my adulthood, right? This is after I made that nasty, stupid mistake of, oh, it's not stupid, I shouldn't say it's stupid, but I reconnected. After 30 years, yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad. I fell into the trap that my mother will die and I'll never get to know her. And will she say I'm sorry or anything? No, they'll never say they're sorry. Nothing ever changes. I reconnected. I made the worst mistake in my life. Literally the worst mistake in my life. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I always tell my son, you'll never make more mistakes than I have anytime he makes a mistake. But I had these things that I termed tapes. So I would wake up in the morning and I would think about the narcissist. I would think of how I have to defend myself that day. While I was still in contact, I would be nervous, constantly nervous about talking to her. And then when I talked to her, I would try to get off the phone as quickly as possible. But I got up in the morning and I would think about them. When I was in the shower for some reason is really lends itself to tapes. I'd be washing up in the shower and I would be thinking and I would be nervous and I would be frantic. And for some reason, and the tapes never ceased to release from me. They never went away. It was so constant. So here's a question you might ask yourself. Will those tapes ever stop? And the simple answer is yes, they will. And I'm living proof of it. Because I wake up tonight or this morning and I don't think of the narcissist. I go about my day and take a shower and I do not think in the least about my narcissist. Nothing. Very seldom. Every once in a while I'll pop in my head and I'll get turned off and then I don't think about it for a while. And I feel the same way about my golden child brother. The man who helped my mother with the doctor from sexual abuse. You may know that the children in our family were abused by the family doctor, which were very good friends of my mother and her husband. So I didn't want to speak to the golden child. I just disconnected completely once I found that out. But I would have those tapes. I would have tapes that said, am I doing the right thing? I would have the tapes and what happens if he dies and I don't get to say something? What happens if I die and I don't get to say anything? And these tapes would be overwhelming. And these tapes, maybe the most detrimental part of these tapes is I would review the abuse, the instances of abuse in my head over and over and over again. Oh, it was so painful. I mean, it's literally painful. And I don't mean physical pain, I mean pain right here. It's horrible. Will those tapes end? Yeah, they will. But here's the thing. You got to go through that pain. I'm sorry to say. You're going to have to go through it. You're going to have to, and the only thing that's going to help you, unfortunately, is time and distance. No contact. Today, as I mentioned, I have no such tapes playing in my head. She is not allowed, or my brother is not allowed to live, in my mind, rent-free. And what does that give us? The tapes were so prevalent in my head, it was taking up my whole day. It was consuming. And then I got very sick for a long period of time where I could not sleep. My mind was racing and racing and racing, and finally I had to be medicated, deeply medicated. It was terrible, just to get some sleep, because I was going weeks with only a couple blinks of sleep. Doesn't happen now. Distance and time. Now, there's a lot of you, and I appreciate this. There's a lot of you that cannot go no contact. I get it. Many spouses, husbands, or wives can't go no contact because maybe they have children that they share. Maybe they can't afford to move, right? How many of us, victims of abuse from parents, can't get out of the house because we don't have the money? That was me when I was 15 years old. But 15 years old, sure enough, what I did is I lived in my friend's basement for 2 years. I joined the Navy and I got the hell out of there. And at that time, I was still thinking about the abuse. Unhealthy. Can't help it. It's really difficult. Time and distance is going to make those tapes dissipate. I can promise you that. It's going to be painful. You can do it. If I did it, you can do it. And that's a promise. Thank you. I'm wishing you peace today.